The Terminator was released in 1984 and is directed by James Cameron. The film stars Arnold Schwarzenegger, Linda Hamilton and Michael Biehn. The film is set in Los Angeles, 1984, and follows Sarah Connor, who is a waitress and goes about her day-to-day life, unaware she is the mother of the future. Two men are sent back in time from the year 2029. One is a Terminator, a cyborg programmed to hunt down and kill Sarah Connor. The other is a human soldier called Kyle Reese, who is sent back to protect Sarah. The Terminator begins to go through the phone book and kill any woman under the name Sarah Connor, until he tracks down his actual target at a nightclub. Reese, who is already at the nightclub, waits for the Terminator to make his move and save Sarah, and the pair make their escape. Whilst Reese and Sarah are hiding in a car park, Reese explains to her what happens in the future. An AI defense network called Skynet will become self-aware and trigger a global nuclear war to exterminate the human race. Sarah's son John will lead the human resistance against the machines. But with the Terminator in pursuit of them, their pair must avoid detection and find a way to stop this Terminator and avoid being terminated in the process. Kicking off with the positives, I recently watched this film for the first time in years, and bloody hell, I forgot how good this movie really is. James Cameron's directing is just brilliant. This was before he did Aliens and True Lies, and he captures everything in frame perfectly. Along with a great cinematography, the streets of LA feel very dark, grimy and gritty. The film itself actually crosses several different genres throughout its runtime. The future war is like the sci-fi element. The Terminator hunting down Sarah Connor is like the horror slasher vibe thing going. There's a lot of gun shooting and car chases, so that's the action element. But at its core, this film is a love story. All the cast in this film are just great. Arnold Schwarzenegger as the Terminator is just iconic. And I've watched this film a lot over the years, and I can see no one else in that role, and he delivers a solid performance. He acts like a machine with his movements, and the way he uses his eyes to look around is very robotic. Linda Hamilton delivers a great performance as Sarah Connor. She's the everyday girl. She's got a job, she's got about her routine, and then she gets thrown into this situation and is targeted for termination. And there is a moment where she learns what happens in the future and she wants no part of it. Michael Biehn as Kyle Reese is also awesome. From the moment he rescues Sarah and tells her what happens in the future, you see the world he comes from and what kind of soldier he is. And we do get that awesome sequence with Kyle Reese in battle. The practical effects for this movie were done by the great Stan Winston. And for me personally, they still look good. Yes, you can clearly tell when the Terminator removes his eye, it's not really Arnold Schwarzenegger. And with some of the shots that include the Terminator exoskeleton, it's stop motion. But I don't care. This film was released in 1984 with a really small budget, and they did the best with what they had at the time. And personally, I prefer practical effects over CGI all day long. Some of the dialogue in this film is very memorable and hugely quotable. We have the great Bill Paxton with
"Fuck you, asshole."
We have Linda Hamilton with
"You're terminated, fucker."
And maybe one of the most iconic lines in cinema history.
"I'll be back."
My only mixed element is just because I think the practical effects still look good, they are starting to show their age a little bit. And for a first time viewer today, they might laugh at them or say how bad those effects are. But come on guys, this film is nearly 40 years old. My final thoughts. I highly recommend The Terminator. This movie's got it all. Loud action sequences, tense car chases, engaging characters, and a love story. This is the film that made Arnold Schwarzenegger a movie star and also kickstarted James Cameron's career, as the next film he would be directing would be Aliens. If you've not seen this film, where have you been? This is a must-watch for fans of science fiction. So what are you waiting for? My rating for The Terminator is 8.5 out of 10. Please share your thoughts on the movie in the comment section below. And as always, thanks for watching, and I hope to catch you at the next review.
I'll be back.